Hi, we're back with the second half of B,
Yes.
starting with telepathy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I
I don't know.
guess
I
I
got
guess
I
this.
got I got thrown off by the fact that we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Why didn't you say? Hi,
Um,
I'm Robin.
and I'm Kristen,
I'm sorry.
and we're back with B in the second part of this discussion, and we're starting off with telepathy. I was like, oh no, this doesn't feel right. She didn't introduce herself, and
That's
then I didn't
okay.
introduce myself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
Okay,
sorry.
so telepathy.
Yeah.
Um, We're now getting into the part of the album where they are looking for the light at the end of the tunnel. This is
Mm-hmm.
literally what I wrote.
Oh,
Um,
okay, okay.
People are starting to make the most of the pandemic and finding new ways to come together. This song highlights the togetherness between BTS and ARMY.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
I wrote some of the things they're singing about are is what I'm feeling, being a new part of Army, having not experienced their tours, their first album being released at the time of release. It's just that our connection has always been at a distance.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
been like a catching up game.
Right,
We
right,
weren't
right, right.
It wasn't until June that things started feeling in real time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That we were at that point, we were experiencing everything in real time. What we've been going through for the last year and a couple of months, or for almost 2 to 3 years. What for you? What is it?
I'm August 2024.
Okay, so going on 2 years
Yeah,
for you.
it's 1.5 years.
So I think next month will be my 1 year, right? February.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. So we at the point of June, like we said, it was our.
But even still, it was still kind of like it was a back and forth because we were catching like their moments in real time, things that they were doing, but we were still reviewing older albums, older Run BTS episodes. So
Right,
we were still looking at the past to try to catch up, but also getting snippets of present.
right,
And but it wasn't content that was reflected in what we were talking about here, so we were still
right,
very
right.
much playing a catch-up game.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it was really weird, kind of like in between. It's like, yeah, we're still reaching back to learn about that, but now we've got them in our face doing lives and posting
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
and stuff, and so now we're experiencing those moments in real time with other army who might just have gotten here or have been here, the whole time.
Yeah, yeah.
So it was just a really kind of weird in between period.
And in this time span, we've gotten to know those who have been in it from the beginning,
Or from further
from
ahead of us.
further ahead of us, and those that are just getting into it now. So
Hmm.
we've had that opportunity to experience both.
Yeah.
In during our cycle
Our
of
tour,
yeah.
if you will.
Yeah. So that's a good way to explain it. So it was good. I put in our connection has always been at a distance, and we came in during the time of their service.
Mhm.
So we hadn't experienced any new things other than
And I
them
mean,
living their lives.
with the exception of like J Hope and Jen
Yeah,
and
yeah,
their
and
albums,
their
but again,
albums. Yeah,
those were solo works and not so much OT7.
yeah.
And so it was like we were getting like a little taste of this and a little taste of that, but we were still waiting for the final dish, which was all of them.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, like I said, it was really, really weird. But here we are. And we're in the year 2026, which is the year of Bangtan. So things are happening really
Yes,
fast,
yes,
and
yes.
we are trying our best to get caught up. Well, at least with the music, it's going to take us a
Mhm.
while for the Run BTS episodes. We're going to be
Yeah,
here for a while,
yeah.
so even though we might be caught up on the albums, because I think we'll be done by the time the new one comes out. We'll be done with all the older albums.
But not
That
the solo work.
Not the solo work,
Yeah,
no, but the
okay.
the OT7 albums.
The OT7
Yeah,
albums.
we'll be
Okay.
done with the OT7 albums by the time Arirang comes out. So
Hmm.
we'll be like in real
Everyone
time.
else, yeah, in
We'll
real
be talking
time,
about
yeah,
it. Yeah, we'll
in
be
real
talking about
time.
it in real time. So
Yeah.
that'll be interesting.
That
We might
would
be
be
a little
fun.
bit more relevant by then. maybe that'll push our relevancy. Maybe more people will tune in because they're like, oh, this is happening now.
This is happening now. Yeah.
But yes, we will still, I mean, we still have all their solo albums. We still have like their collaborations and stuff. We
Yeah.
still have some of their work, like their Japanese. We have more Japanese albums that we have to go through. We have BTS World
Mm.
that we have to go through. But yeah, I think for the most part, they're like legit albums. We'll be all caught up by the time that one comes out. And so we'll just do a continuation into that album. And
That'll
then,
be fun.
but
That'll
I
be
say all
fun.
that to say we're going to be here for a while. So
Yes.
I hope you're used to us. I hope you like us because,
And I hope you will remain with us.
yeah, because we're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Yeah.
We got a lot of content to get through.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
much stuff. And we are definitely having a blast talking about it and learning about it. So we're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
Get comfortable. But not today. Today we're just going to finish up B and
Yeah.
then we'll let you be on your way.
Cute. There you go. Cute.
I am cute.
So, did you have anything else to say about the song in and of itself? I like the video.
Which video was this one?
This was them in the game room,
Oh, the
arcade game room.
It's not, it wasn't a music video. It was a performance video.
I like it then.
Okay. I mean,
I thought it was a music video.
No, this is the one where they were all wearing the Donald.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was
yes. that wasn't a music video.
So that was a performance?
Yeah, that was a performance video. It's kind of like how like Tiny Desk or like oh my god, why can't I think of it?
It doesn't matter. I liked it.
It was good. No,
Yeah,
it was really good performance, and I do like the song.
Yes.
Let's see, is there anything else? Jen had noted that this song was to melt down the feeling of not being able to meet with fans due to the pandemic.
Mm.
The group also explained that this was one of Suga's rejected songs. So this was a song Suga had, and I guess it was like in a previous album it was rejected, but they heard it while I guess he was working on it again in the soup.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna put this on the album." And so the song itself, the title is Chamshi, which is translated to for a moment or briefly. So yeah, there you go.
There you go.
But yes, this song, I'm glad that it was able to come out of the archives, because this is a really good song.
I like it. Yeah.
And now we go on to Disease, which I put here Clever J-Hope because he titled the song, but the way he titled it, I think I made a note about it. Where is it? So the title has the track has two different concepts. Disease, which they're talking about like the actual disease, the COVID-19, the pandemic, the disease that caused the pandemic. But he also breaks it up by doing it Diz-ease, which is uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
So, because Diz is a prefix meaning the opposite or not, and then ease. So the opposite of ease, which is discomfort. I said, this song feels very much like Hobie. And after learning, he wrote most of the song. That feeling makes total sense.
Total sense.
So this is definitely a Hobie exclusive.
Yeah.
The play on the word disease to mean not just an illness, but also discomfort is so clever.
Yeah.
And I do like the message about it. But yeah, I was really just kind of taken by the cleverness of it and the double entendre
of the word.
Yeah.
I put that I like the opening. The intro sounds like the beginning of a song from the 70s, the funk.
I think they said that.
Oh, really?
I think there was a note about that.
Oh.
It's a old school hip hop song.
Oh, okay. All right. And the 70s funk bands, that's what I was hearing. And then once getting into the first verse, it resembles a lot of the earlier raps of the 80s. So I caught that. That really kind of boom my ear. And then I also hit that note about disease and dis-ease. Um, and I put out the title of the song can be misleading, dis-ease, like a sickness, but it's also not being at ease. So, but I also put the identity tied with the productivity, the fear that stopping means loss of value. I don't know where. I didn't point out where exactly.
Well, they talk about the disease of like celebrityism
Yeah.
and like that profession and being so overtaken with it.
Yeah.
How it changes you, or it has the potential to change you as a person.
Mhm.
So they do talk about that.
Yeah, yeah. But I what I was saying is I didn't note where that was.
Oh.
So, but yeah. So yeah, that's I like to play on the word as well, and that made me focus in on trying to not really break down, because there was no breaking down of it. It was just what
it's
it was.
funny because in my head I thought that this album would have like a lot more of like these hidden meanings and deeper, lyrics and stuff like that. And I'm not saying the lyrics aren't deep, but I feel like they were very transparent with how they felt about the state of the world. And the uncertainty about the state of their future in their career, and not knowing where they stood within the industry, where they stood within their with the fandom, because we, like I said before, we were in limbo. Like, we just didn't know what was going to happen next. And so I feel like they really they didn't do any like, oh, it has hidden meaning, or if you look up this, it's like from an old folklore or something. Like, it was very clear cut.
Yeah.
This is what we feel. We don't feel good.
Yeah.
And
that
it reminds
was deep
me
in and of itself.
And it reminds me of when they were on, I think it was James Corden's show, and they were talking about the album, and he was asking about like the inspiration behind the album or something, and Jim straight up was like, did you listen to it? Because like, if you listen to it, like, or no, he asked what they were feeling during the pandemic. That's what it was. He asked what were your feelings during the pandemic? How were you coping? And Jim was like, did you listen to the album? And he was like, yeah, I had Dynamite playing on repeat for like, I don't know how long. And the response that you see from Jimin and from RM, and I can't remember who else, the physical response when he talked about like, oh, I had Dynamite on repeat, and they were just kind of like, okay, that explains why you asked that question, because if all you listened to on this album was Dynamite, you have no idea how they feel. But they
clearly,
like
they clearly
told
mapped it
you.
out. Yes,
they told you in all the songs before then. They told you exactly how they felt. They were not shy about it. They were not cryptic about it or anything. It was right in your face
on the page.
There was no mistaking. You couldn't misinterpret it even if you tried.
Yeah.
They told you exactly how they felt during the pandemic, what they like, the feelings they had about not knowing, and the fears they had about not being with Army.
Yeah.
Like, they were so transparent. Yeah. And that was a huge slap in the face. I remember watching that clip and being like, ooh, that doesn't look good for you, James Corden. Like, come on. Like, all you had to do was listen. It's not like it's a long album. It's not a long, it has 8 tracks. One of them's a skit. It doesn't take long to listen to it. You could have gone from beginning to end. And if you're like, oh, well, I don't speak Korean.
Translation.
Like, Google's a thing. Yeah. Like, it blows my mind, the lack of effort that's put into it. And it's just like, oh, well, just tell me how you felt. They did in 7 songs. Yeah. They told you how they felt in 6 songs. The 7th song, being Dynamite, was exactly what it was written to do. Yeah. It was written to lift the mood and bring some happiness and joy to everybody that was feeling very down and depressed in this time of downism and depressionism.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we were all
all right
lonely
there.
and
It was
isolated and sad.
yeah.
And Dynamite was that song that was just like, oh, I can bop my head to this. Oh, I
Yeah.
can feel good. Like, am I smiling?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
am I smiling? And I didn't know Dynamite at the time, but I could have used Dynamite. I could have used it at the time. I think if I had caught Dynamite in the midst of the sadness, I might have had a different reaction to it instead of coming after, like as we were coming out of the pandemic, which is when I heard it. But I don't know what else to say.
I agree. It was there. And when you say the thought of how the album was, I think it was deep. I think they did get into they didn't hide anything. Everything was on the table.
Yeah.
There were no masks.
Yeah.
There was no underlining, oh, I'm saying this, but I really
like let
mean
me
this.
let me use this literary
Yeah.
reference to try to say what I mean. Like they
No.
said it in plain
Yeah.
Korean.
Yeah. Right.
Which
Right.
you could translate to plain English.
Yeah. It was there. It was, it was all on the table, and there was nothing left to the unknown.
Yeah, it was.
So
You didn't have, there was no like misinterpretation or, oh, I didn't get that. No, you understood. Even if you didn't translate, the songs, the music itself told you how you were feeling about it.
Yeah.
Or told you how they were feeling about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I don't know what else to say. Yeah. It was clear as day. Anyway, Stay. Stay. I feel like we already kind of talked about Dynamite, but
yeah,
I love this song. When we were listening to it and preparing for recording and everything, I ended up adding this one to my BTS playlist, which is now like almost 9 hours long.
That's okay.
No, it's definitely okay. And I feel like
okay.
it's just gonna get longer.
Yeah.
But yes, this song, it's a unit song. So this one is Jin, JK, and RM. So the other four had Fly to My Room.
Yeah.
And they have Stay.
Yeah.
So Stay is a very like funky kind of
groove.
EDM, like rave kind of song.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's very funky, very rave like, very jump. Like, all right, let's jump. The beat drop, jump.
Yes.
So, those of us that don't have the Megan Thee Stallion knees, we will not be jumping or getting low, but our inner person is.
Yes.
So that's what we're doing. Yeah.
This is your jump.
So I put, when the world forces you into isolation and the darkness looks like it's about to swallow you whole, and all you want is for the ones you love the most to just stay. That's what this song is. It's comfort in the knowledge that Army will always be there. And we were. I mean, you guys were. We hadn't gotten here yet. Yeah. But once we got here, we stayed. We stayed. But yes, it was that uncertainty. But I think at that point they trusted us, just like we trust them. They trusted us to not abandon them, and this is one of the greatest fandoms in the world.
I pretty much put what you had. I put the feeling of, will our Army still remain there, and for them during this time when everyone is being apart from one another, will the love, dedication, desire for them stay and remain the same? And I think it got deeper.
I think it did too.
I think it got deeper.
I think
so. Yes. So yes, and yes. Yeah.
So yes, Stay is like I said, it was one of those songs I was just like, all right,
yeah,
I hear you guys. Yeah. I hear you guys. And go ahead and just add that to my playlist. Bump that in the car.
There you go.
When when I'm feeling very kind of lonely, I know they will always stay. So that's my feel good song. All right, now we're on to Dynamite. Okay, now I've expressed this before. I'll say it again. When I first heard this song, you gotta remember, timing is everything. Okay, timing is so important to a story. And this song's timing in my story was not on. And I dismissed it. I dismissed it because I was like, it's too bubblegum pop. But not knowing anything else, it didn't make sense to me. Now that I've seen like the big picture, I've seen the journey from the beginning, and I saw how this song fits into the full discography and the full BTS story, it makes sense.
It makes sense.
It makes sense, and it
makes
fits.
sense. Yeah.
It fits, and it is now my vibe. It was not my vibe alone, but now in the context, it is my vibe.
And I know some women would still take credit for.
Oh yes, okay. So yesterday we were out to dinner with family. It was a bunch of us, and my niece, who had this song in her playlist for her hype playlist for her competition, which is where I first heard the song. She would like credit for getting me into BTS. Now I tried to explain to her, she's 13, she should understand this, but I tried to explain to her, like, no, baby girl, you did not get me into BTS with this song because I did not get into BTS with the song. I can't give you credit because you didn't introduce me to the song that got me into them.
Yeah.
She wants it. She wants the credit. I will give her partial credit. She put them on my radar in a very small way.
Mm-hmm.
I knew of their existence because this song was on her playlist. So thank you. Thank you, my firstborn. I will let you have that credit. But this was not born from that. This podcast, this obsession was not born from that. That came after a realization that they did create music that I vibed with. But you didn't know about that because you were too young. But you do now. And so now we can all vibe together.
Yes, we can all vibe together. Yeah.
It's a multi-generational thing.
It is. It is. It definitely is.
But yes, now that I understand Dynamite within the context of the entire BTS story.
Right.
My firstborn, my little bear, we can jam out to Dynamite now. So I know you're listening to this because you be listening to all our episodes. So now you know we can jam out to Dynamite together.
Yeah.
Because I understand it differently now, and it has a special place in my heart now. So yes, you want to get up and dance to Dynamite, we can get up and dance to Dynamite. We get hyped to Dynamite.
Hype. There you go. Yeah. So I wrote just that. I like the fun pop disco because they're dressed like in the 70s. Mm-hmm, so I really like that.
So I love the performance.
Yeah.
I love the performance, I think, more than the song itself, because the choreography is so good.
It is.
The choreography is so enticing. Yes. And then I think there was a performance that they did, and I want to say, I don't think it was the Grammys. I think it was the VMAs or whatever they did with where Sugar was missing, and they did the dance break in the intro.
Yes.
I don't remember what performance it was either, but they did it at an award show here, and they had their suits and their disco funk, and I loved it. But Sugar was missing from that one. That I think that was while he had his surgery.
He was recovering.
Yeah. But the performance, and then they have that performance on, what was it, America's Got Talent?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that was a whole production.
Yeah.
It was a whole production. I loved it. It
was good.
So yes, I like watching Dynamite more than I like listening to Dynamite, but I like listening to Dynamite.
Yeah.
But yes, if you ever get a chance to watch them perform the song, oh, so good.
You'll love it. And the dance break one is
the dance break one is
excellent. Excellent.
So
excellent. I what else did I put? When it's all over and done, you're going to have a great time. Choosing optimism, small joys, and living in the light is the great thing. Moving in confidence and with energy.
The thing I like about this song is that they're glorifying very mundane things. Like, shoes on, get up in the morning, cup of milk, let's rock and roll.
Yeah.
Cup of milk. Like, I love it. Like, ding dong, call me on my phone, iced tea, and a game of ping pong. Like, it's so basic. But it's like, this is what we were doing. Like, we were getting really excited about little things because as life started to feel more normal, or our new normal, as we started to make it more normal, this pandemic life, it was little things like that, like,
Mm-hmm.
being able to play ping pong with somebody you hadn't seen in months because
Yeah.
of the pandemic, or just getting together and doing stuff. But yes, they're diamond. They glow up.
Yes.
So let's go.
That's it. Yep. Got it.
Yeah, so that's all we had for B. I think I was gonna ask you about, like, oh, did you have a favorite track on this? But I don't even have a favorite track on this, so I'm not gonna ask that. That would be very unfair.
No. I don't. I vibed with all the tracks.
Mm.
For different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, I vibe with all the tracks. So no, I don't.
Blue and Gray was the song I loved the most going in. Stay was the song I loved the most coming out.
Mm,
Yeah. Now don't get me
Mm.
wrong, I still love Blue and Gray. Still love
Yeah,
that song. It's still
yeah.
on my playlist. It's not going anywhere. But
I love that visual. That visual.
I think I
mix
have
of
like
that.
half the album on my. Oh
On
no,
your-
I have Dynamite on my playlist. I have Blue and Gray,
Okay.
Stay, Fly to My Room, and Life Goes On.
Yeah, you gotta have the album on your
Yeah.
playlist. Yeah, you do.
I listen to those quite
That's it.
often. Yeah.
Well, so there we go. We got B taken
Mhm.
care of,
Mhm.
and
So we'll
we
be back
move
with some
on.
more Run BTS episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and then we have Proof, the anthology album.
I remember when they were talking about that in.
So the Festa dinner. We finally watched the Festa 2022 dinner,
Yes.
which we had been putting off for a while because we heard how emotional it was, and we get it now.
Yeah.
We get it now. I can only imagine Army, who we're going through with them at that time, just the uncertainty, just the confusion. What does this mean? They're talking about taking a break, and then they're talking about doing their own thing, their own solo projects. And I think in the past, when you had situations like that where a group was working on solo work or going into the military, it usually meant they weren't coming back as a group afterwards. Like
Right.
they were kind of disbanding. They were they were venturing into their own to try to learn more about themselves as solo or individually, as opposed to being part of a group. So I get how emotional and confusing and just hard, how difficult that must have been. Watching it now, after knowing, like, they came back, and
they
they're
came back, yeah.
it's different. The weight is not the same, but I still understand.
Yeah.
It's not like watching it and just seeing how emotional they were getting. I think the minute RM cried, I was just like, oh God, it's over.
Yeah.
I was like, don't cry, Kristen, don't cry.
Even though we were on the other side of it, knowing the outcome, it's still I understood what Army must have been feeling and thinking at that time, because it was, you were in that time. There was nothing beyond that, and it was like,
there were more questions than answers.
Right. And it was emotional, and that kind of put a peak on it in and of itself, because how emotional it was. Because is it emotional because they really don't know deep down inside
if this is a good idea?
Yeah. Is it emotional because
they were venturing into new territory?
Very much so, yeah.
Just and there was just a lot of trust. They had to trust themselves. They had to trust Army. Army had to trust them. Like it was just a lot. They had to trust the company. They had a lot of things, a lot of people they had to trust, and just hoping that it was going to work out the way they were wanting it, the way they envisioned it. So
because everything to that point was a building of a blueprint that wasn't already there.
Yeah.
So, okay. We're going to end on that note.
Yes, we are, because I don't want to get emotional thinking
Yeah.
about Orange crying.
No, we have a concert. You can't get
I can't get emotional.
So thank you guys. We'll be back and with a couple of episodes and go into proof, like she said.
Yep.
And
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.